Everyone thinks you need a yard for fruit trees. You don't. Just a pot, a sunny spot, and the right 9 grown on a balcony or back step. I've grown fruit for 50 years, and half my harvest comes out of containers now. My neighbor Frank still swears you need an orchard. He just can't carry his inside when the frost comes. Here's what the nursery skips. A dwarf tree in the right pot gives more fruit per square foot than the full-size tree. So here are 9, counting down, and the one at the top hands you 50 lemons a year from a pot in your living room. Number 9. Calamondan. Nearly year-round fruit. One little pot keeps handing you small, tart citrus while everything else is asleep. It's slow-growing and content in a small pot, so don't rush it into a bigger one. A 12-inch pot citrus mix, buy one already in fruit. Brightest window, 6 hours of sun. Water when the top inch dries. It's ready when the fruit turns deep orange and gives under a squeeze. Too sour to eat raw, make a sharp marmalade or splash over fish. The one mistake that kills it, leaving it in a saucer of water. Citrus roots rot in wet feet faster than almost anything. Generosity drowns it. What gets me every time? It fruits and flowers at once, so one plant can be in bloom and in harvest the same afternoon. Next one picks for months, not a single week. Number 8. Dwarf mulberry. Most berries give you one frantic week. This one drops fruit into your hand for months, off a single pot. It stays 3 or 4 feet, and fruits on new growth, so it crops its first year. A 14-inch pot, rich loose mix. Buy one already branching. Full sun, water when the top inch dries. Leaves go limp at midday. Pick when the berries turn almost black and drop into your palm at the lightest tug. Eat them warm off the branch or freeze a batch, and they bake straight into a cobbler. The one mistake, planting too deep. Bury the crown and it sulks instead of fruiting. Set it at the same depth it sat in its nursery pot, no lower. I went digging into why hard pruning works. It fruits on new wood, so every cut is really an order for more fruit. Next one survives a hard chop to a bare stump. Number 7. Dwarf pomegranate. Months of orange-red blooms on a tree barely 2 feet, then ruby fruit small enough to eat by the handful. Nana stays compact for years. A 12-inch pot, gritty mix. Pick one already in bud. Full sun all day, water only when the top 2 inches go dry. Pick when the fruit turns deep red and gives slightly. The seeds are tart and bright. Scatter them over a salad or crush a handful into juice. The one mistake, over-watering. Soggy roots rot it fast. When in doubt, leave it dry. The trick nobody mentions, cut it to a bare stump and it bounces straight back in spring. Almost impossible to kill by pruning. Next one gives full-size apples off a tree you can lift one-handed. Number 6. Dwarf apple. Full-size apples off a tree under 4 feet. Real crisp eating apples from a patio pot. Dwarfing rootstock like M27 caps the size, not the fruit. A 15-inch pot, loamy mix. Ask for it on M27 rootstock. It wants a proper winter chill to set fruit, so it's happiest where the cold actually comes. Full sun, water when the top inch dries. Pick when the apple twists off with a gentle turn. The one mistake that gives 0 fruit, buying a single tree. Most apples need a second variety nearby to pollinate. The way it works is simple. Graft a second variety onto one branch, and one pot gives you 2 different apples. Halfway down, if you're still here, you're either serious or avoiding something. Either way, the back half is where the real producers hide. Starting with the next one, it sets so much fruit you'll have to pull some off. Number 5. Dwarf peach. Sweet, juicy peaches you'll eat over the sink. And Bonanza is genetically dwarf, small with no pruning. The dwarfing is in its genes. A 16-inch pot, rich mix. Buy one a year or 2 old. Full sun, water when the top inch dries. Don't let it swing between dry and soaked. Pick when the peach colors fully and gives to a gentle press near the stem. Best eaten fresh or grill the halves cut side down. The one mistake, skipping the winter spray. Leaf curl wrecks the crop. Spray before buds break. Here's what surprises people. It sets more peaches than it can carry, so you'll snap some off tiny to spare the limbs. Next one hands you fruit in its very first year. Number 4, strawberries. Fruit in the very first year, and stacked in a vertical tower, they take up less space than anything else on this list. Strawberries crop fast and crowd upward, not outward. A vertical planter or a stacked set of pots, light free-draining mix. Pick ever-bearing types for fruit all season. Full sun, 6 hours minimum. Water when the top inch dries. Containers dry out fast. Pick when the berry is red right down to the shoulders and pulls free with a gentle tug. Eat them straight off the plant or fold a bowl full into morning yogurt. The one mistake: burying the crown. Plant it so the crown sits right at soil level. Too deep and it rots, too high and it dries out. I looked into why vertical works so well. More plants per square foot, and the berries hang clear of the soil where slugs and rot can't reach them. Next one gives you 2 separate harvests off a single plant. Number 3, dwarf fig. 2 crops a year and fruit in its first season, and petite negri stays small enough for a balcony. A 14-inch pot, loose mix. Ask for petite negri. Full sun, water when the top inch dries. Figs split if they swing dry, then flooded, so stay even. Pick when the fig droops and a bead of nectar shows at the eye. My grandson eats them before they reach the kitchen. Best eaten warm off the branch, or halved and roasted with honey. The one mistake: keeping it too warm all winter. It needs a cold rest. Here's the surprise: it's documented. A fig never ripens off the branch. Pick it early, and that's as sweet as it ever gets. Next one gives a full hand of bananas. Number 2, dwarf banana. A full hand of real sweet bananas off a plant that fits on a patio, fruiting in around 18 months. Super dwarf Cavendish tops out near 4 feet. An 18-inch pot, rich mix. Ask for super dwarf Cavendish. Lots of sun, water often. Big leaves drink fast. Keep it moist. Cut the hand. Once the top fingers turn yellow and plump, they'll finish ripening on the counter. The one mistake: cold. A draft below 50 degrees Fahrenheit collapses the leaves. Keep it warm indoors over winter. Here's the part my granddaughter, the plant biologist, loves. It isn't a tree at all. It's the world's largest herb. And that trunk is just tightly rolled leaves. The next one pollinates itself indoors. One plant, no partner, and fruit all on its own. Number 1, dwarf Meyer lemon. A pot of lemons in your living room. Sweeter than anything off a store shelf all year. Meyer stays compact and fruits young and heavy. A 14-inch pot, loose citrus mix. Buy one already in fruit. Brightest spot you have. Water when the top inch dries. Never let it wilt. Pick when the fruit turns deep yellow and gives slightly. Sweet enough to use skin and all. Zest into a cake or a tart. The one mistake that loses your whole crop: letting it hit the wilt point. It drops every flower and baby fruit at once. And here's why it's number 1. It pollinates itself indoors, so one plant fruits alone, and in bloom the whole house smells of citrus.